Good evening. Introducing the cheer team. Sophomore, Kaylin. Sophomore, Deva. Junior, hey, I think I'm going to start again.
Good evening and welcome to McAllen ISD. This game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the University Interscholastic League.
Regardless of the outcome of this game, all the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence.
We ask that, as a spectator, you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth.
The officials for this event have been mutually agreed upon by school officials from both schools. Their role is not unlike those of players, coaches, teachers, and administrators.
Without them, this event would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game.
We ask you as students, parents, and citizens to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility.
This means that you as a fan
Should not criticize players on either team.
Should not boo the officials.
should not have alcoholic beverages on public school grounds. This is a violation of state law.
Should be courteous to the visiting fans.
Should cheer for your team.
And show respect for injured players on both teams.
Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
On behalf of our school board and our McAllen ISD family, I want to welcome all of you to DQ Fan Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Thank you for supporting sporting events in our public schools. Your love, your energy, and your passion is what drives our student athletes to excel on the field. Enjoy the competition and best of luck to both teams. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martin.
And welcome to another edition of Football Night in McAllen ISD. I'm Mark May with Mario Reda here, and yes, and it's the 2024-25 season. They'll be celebrating the seniors tonight. We'll be graduating as the class of 2025. And our game tonight, the final regular season match for these two teams, it's McAllen Memorial taking on the La Jolla Palmview Lobos, and it's coming your way next right here on MITV. And how do you do? And happy to be with you for our regular season finale. Won't be our last game. We're guaranteed at least one playoff game. That'll be next week. Tell you more about that in a little bit. But first, we've got the Mustangs and the Lobos. Both of these teams have something to play for, don't they, Mario?
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially the Lobos. They will, we know McAllen Mustangs are in, but on the keys to the game, Mark, I was talking to both coaches, and they basically said the same keys we came up with. They both talked about it, and it's both of them want to establish the run, keep each other on the sidelines, right, and then avoid the big penalties that have hurt, especially the Lobos. And at the end of towards the end of the fourth quarter, or throughout the game, is who's going to make the big plays. And we know there's some big-time players here on both sides.
Yeah, those big plays we've seen in a lot of games this year, especially late in games. We've seen our share of some nail-biters toward the end. Might see another one here tonight. But like you said, for the Lobos, it's essentially a do-or-die kind of game. For the Mustangs, they want to leave the regular season on a positive note as they head into the postseason, where it becomes do or die for them starting up next week. Players to watch. We checked in with our player profile this week. It was wide receiver McAllen, who's been scoring touchdowns every week for the Mustangs. Let's check in with him and see what he has to say.
My name is McAllen ISD. I play wide receiver for McAllen Memorial.
Alanis taking off down the sideline, outrunning the secondary, and guess what? He just scored a touchdown.
And Alanis is a hot receiver.
So my role is to block, and if there's a pass play, I run the route that they give us. Well, our goal was to make it past first round. We'll make it past first round, and then from there, see where we can go.
Now he's at the 10, and now it's a touchdown. Alanis, his third touchdown of the night.
Well, our team is a very lovable team. Like, we all love each other. We all, have we want to make memories and just do big for each other. We look out for each other, actually.
And our officials for tonight are standing by, and they're ready to go. Who are they, Mario?
And we have the referee, Adrian Elizondo, Heriberto Salinas IV, Moises de Anda, Frankie Garcia, back judge Nelson Juarez, field judge Jaime Ricardo Solis, and rounding out the group of 7, James Ramirez. And I love this, Mark. This only happens in the state of Texas with McAllen ISD, where we have this image.
Yeah, and we got the 7 officials there who were gracious enough to stand by there for a little bit to pose for our camera. Just moments away from kickoff now. And let's check in with the starters for tonight for that team right there, McAllen Memorial. Somebody's got a decorated helmet. And, of course, we know who that is. It's number 42, Nico Lara. He's had plenty of tackles tonight. But let's start with the offense. Zarek Garcia is the quarterback in place of Kane Coy. J.P. Garza, Jaden Solis are the running backs, and then Gavin McIntyre at tight end. The wide receivers, Hugo Rodriguez and the aforementioned Alanis. Then looking at our offensive line, we've got Rene Gomez, the lone senior there, with 4 juniors in Damian Lopez, Gustavo Escandon, Ezekiel Osuna, and Sean Reyes. Average about 300 pounds per man there, just about. And then looking at our defense, they've got a 3-man front in Eric Guajardo and Javi Izaguirre at the ends. Jason Escobar is the defensive tackle in the middle. Looking at our linebackers for tonight, I've got Adrian Garza. Now, notice they have 5 linebackers, so they'll go with 3-man secondary. But Nico Lara in there, Dalton Keller, Israel Roberts-Jones, and then Aiden Stauffer. 3 of their top tacklers all come out of that group. And then looking at the secondary, defensive backs, Ozzy Cardenas and Rick Reyna are the corners. Reyna moving over from safety to corner, and then the lone safety will be Nick Luna. And those are our starters for tonight for McAllen Memorial. McAllen Memorial comes in at a 6-2 record, and the La Jolla Palmview Lobos come in with a record of 6-3. So both of them with winning records. Both of them come in with winning records. You can see the Mustangs right there. Opening with a win over Brownsville Hanna, then a win over Wesco High in a shootout. They lost on the road to San Antonio Johnson, then entered district play, winning their first 4. Beat Rio Grande City and Mission by shutouts. Beat McAllen High just barely. La Jolla Juarez Lincoln was a big win there. Then they lost to Edinburgh Bella, their only district loss. And then McAllen Rowe they defeated last week in a shootout, 42-28. To claim the city championship, having beaten their 2 sister schools. Looking over at the Lobos, they are 6-3, opened with 3 victories in non-district play before they won 3 of 6 in the district race, and now have a chance to go to 4-3 if they can pull off the upset win here tonight. You can see they got a 1-point win over Mac High. That could give them the edge if they pull off an upset win here tonight. And Mac High should win tomorrow night. The Lobos would be seated ahead of Mac High based on having beaten them by that single point. I think they're doing the Veteran of the Week right now. Just coming off the field, Mr. Oyer Oyevadis, 17-year teacher at McAllen Memorial High School, recognized for his service in the U.S. Marine Corps. Of course, we're just a few days away from Veterans Day. I know tomorrow night the McAllen High JROTC has something big planned to recognize all veterans. And here's the color guard with the USMC ready to come out and about ready to start our national anthem. We've got the USMC color guard from McAllen Memorial High School.
Today, they did the presentation of colors at a big event honoring some big-time veterans from McAllen, the city of McAllen, Colonel Plummer.
Oh, yes.
And also Barrientos out of Edinburgh. He has a school named after him. It was unbelievable.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And what a great job there. A couple of football players showing that they
can do it all, Mark.
They are multitasking there tonight. Gavin McIntyre and Nick Luna, the starting tight end, starting safety, doing double duty there tonight with the national anthem. A great job there. Under the direction of Mr. Omar Samaniego in the choir room, and then under the direction of Coach Moses Patterson out on the gridiron. Now for the, let's listen in on the cheerleader yell as they spell out Mustangs.
Back to the national anthem, Mark. Those are friends, you know. They're looking at each other, and one of them, I saw how Gavin, he stopped looking at his good buddy Chris because it made him kind of smile. They did a fantastic job. What pressure to do that in front of the whole stadium and in front of the teammates.
What's the spell? Say it again. One more time.
All right, great job by the cheerleaders, two-time state champions. And yeah, I think you're right, Mario. I think they were more nervous singing the national anthem than they are in playing football.
Yeah. They knew the cameras were right on them, but man, I was impressed by them being able to go through it because it's hard. I mean, you're looking at your friend and anything can click. And Gavin started laughing and stopped looking at each other. They finished up pretty good.
And here come the Lobos. Lobos in the black, white, and red. Ready to play tonight. Of course, they're 3-3 in district. If they pull off a win tonight, 4-3 probably gets you into the playoffs. 3-4, you're going to need some help. And here come the Mustangs. Mustangs don't have to worry about that. They've already clinched a playoff spot. They've clinched second in the district behind Edinburgh Villa, which is also playing tonight against Rio Grande City.
And I understand if you finish first or second, from what I understand, and Mark, maybe you can help me with this, is you get to host a game. So
yeah, you're guaranteed to host a game. So yeah, Edinburgh Villa, Sabercats, and the Memorial Mustangs will be at home next week. Mustangs don't know who their opponent is going to be as yet, but first things first, they're taking on the Lobos here tonight at 7-2, and the Lobos at 6-3. So a good tune-up certainly for the Mustangs, who may or may not have their starting quarterback next week when they head to the playoffs.
That's right. Good news that Solis is a great backup quarterback, right? I mean, he performed like he had been starting all year. Had a tremendous game. We also have, well, maybe they're going to go back to Zarek Garcia as a starter, but last week Jayden Solis came in as a reliever, put it that way. And what a bullpen. He had a great game. Actually, him and Alanis were the Monitors co-players of the week.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's good to know. And there you see the captains out there. Nick Luna, J.P. Garza, Kane Coy, Eric Guajardo, Dalton Keller, and Nico Lara. Yeah, looking at the article right now, McAllen Memorial's Alanis and Solis, co-players of the week. That was pretty cool.
It combined for a lot of yards. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Those yards, Mark?
523 all-purpose yards. That includes your special teams returns, which Alanis had that big punt return of 78 yards in that game. 4 touchdowns, the two combined on. So, yeah, that was nice of Henry Miller, the editor of RGVSports.com.
McAllen Memorial has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half.
Lobos will be receiving.
So Henry Miller wrote that good article, right, Mark? That's why we have a special seat for him up here in the reserve press box. We put him right next to us, don't we?
Oh, yes, yes.
So, Henry, if you're listening to us out there, you know you're always welcome to come up here into the press box and let them know that the elevator is working very, very well.
Oh, yes, and we've got the Mustangs who won the toss, but they've elected to receive in the second half.
Palmview will receive on the north end of the field.
And it'll be the Lobos to receive here in the first half. So a chance for the Lobos to see what they can do. They got their running back in Kyle Bazan. We'll hear his number called a number of times tonight under Coach Margarito Requenes.
And we know one thing, Mark, these two teams are very similar. They love to run the ball. They don't like throwing the ball, but they have to. And they play tough team defense.
Yeah, Margarito Requenes in his
let me tell you,
the Lobos in his 10th year.
Let me tell you a story about him, Mark. Last week, before the game, the whole week, he was sick. And it was a tough thing for him. And he was home lots of days, but towards the end, he was able to make it. But what a trooper, what a great guy. Best wishes. It was good to see him out here on the field, feeling a lot better about things.
You talked to Moses Patterson, I believe, before the game, too.
I did. And Moses Patterson, we talked a little bit about, it was a difficult game against Edinburgh Vela, but he was so proud of his kids that they rebounded, and that third and fourth quarter was unbelievable.
Yeah, pretty exciting as we see the ball go out for a touchback here on the opening kick. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Lobos will set up from there.
And Coach Moses Patterson said, Mark, we don't want anybody to think just because this game for them, they already clinched the playoffs, but he wants his team to play good, solid football that will bring that momentum into the next game, because regardless of who they play, any team they play in that district they compete against next week, it's going to be a tough, whether it's Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial.
I think Veterans Memorial is kind of on the inside track to meet up with McAllen Memorial next week. We'll have to see how that plays out up in their district. As we see on the first play from scrimmage here, the Lobos will hand it off to the man we were talking about, Kyle Bazan. And Bazan picks up a couple of yards with his initial surge.
The Luna boys quickly in on that tackle. Nick Luna, and of course, we're so used to number 42, Nico Lara.
Lobos have played the McAllen schools tough this year. They had a 17-0 lead against Rowe. They lost that game 21-17. Here's Bazan once again on second down, falls forward to bring up third down and 5. And then against the McAllen High Bulldogs, they were able to pull off what I thought was kind of an upset, 28-27.
Close game, that one because of a missed extra point. But Mark, you got good memory because he brought up that road game. If you remember that all they had to do was run out the clock, and then there was a snap that led to a terrible situation, and then Rowe had that opportunity to take advantage.
So third down and 5 here for the Lobos. Their initial possession here. And trying to sweep it to the left side is Bazan. Memorial not having it. It's going to be a tackle there for Memorial's Eric Guajardo, the defensive end, and it'll force the Lobos to bring out the punting unit.
That's how Eric Guajardo, he won the line of scrimmage. And I'll tell you, Eric Guajardo is going to get a little sticker on that helmet for that, because he's going to cost with that stop, He's going to cost a punt, which is almost like a turnover. And he's excited. Look at him. He should be. He's played well all year long, the senior.
So the Lobos, the punting unit, out there on a 4th and 6 after a loss of 1 on the 3rd down play. It's going to take a little bit of a Lobos roll. No return, of course, and it'll be killed at the 37-yard line in Mustang territory. So the Mustangs will have good field position there as they start off on their first possession with 10:02 to play here in quarter number 1.
We've talked all along about this offensive line. I made it a point to go down there on the field while they were warming up just to be around them. Man, that line looks like a college football line. They're big kids, real nice kids.
We got Garcia lined up in there at quarterback. Going to hand off to Solis on 1st down. Big run here and near a 1st down as he able to turn the corner on the right side and scamper up the sideline.
That's what Memorial football is all about.
This is the way it started last week, isn't it, Mario? Before eventually it just became a direct snaps to Solis. They kind of ran out of the Wildcat the rest of the quarter.
Right there, we saw Coach Tito Gonzalez, offensive coordinator for a number of years here, calling in the play.
So a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down for Solis. Solis came in with more than 700 yards rushing. The little player may have jumped offside. Here's an end around here, and this is not big yardage, 1st down and more. A nice little move right there at the 10 to go all the way in for the touchdown. That's Michael Alanis on his first touch of the night. Goes in for touchdown number 14 this year.
Did the crew know something about why he was a player profile mark or what happened?
Yeah, he was part of the player profile. It was 3 touchdowns last week.
Defense number 55. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a
pretty good
touchdown.
player mark that knows what to do when you give him the opportunity to cash in. He knows how to get to the end zone. He put on a pretty good move, Mark. He wasn't, I mean, it was a big hole to the left side, but he put in a good move to make sure that he went all the way to the end zone.
That was a run of 53 yards. The drive was 2 plays, 63 yards. They had the 10-yard run by Alanis, then the 53-yard run on the end around to Alanis for his 14th score of the year.
There's
Take another look at it.
Nice design call. I mean, that's why he was wide open. But look at the move right there. He put on that nice little move, and he knew not to go out of bounds, Mark. Leading scorer on the team, that's for sure. That's number 14.
Attempting the extra point here. Robert Ruelas is the kicker. Alanis, who just scored the touchdown, will be the holder. About ready for the extra point try here. 6-0 Mustangs in front. There's the snap, good hold. Kick is away, and it's good. And the score, after less than 3 minutes of action here in the first quarter, is the Mustangs 7 and the Palmview Lobos nothing as we head to break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD. Here's one more look at the touchdown before we go to commercial break.
Nice.
In South Texas, we know family is everything. That's why at South Texas Health System Clinics, we focus on providing exceptional care for generations of patients. Our family practices offer a wide range of services for every member of your family, from infants to seniors. Our experienced physicians take the time to listen and provide personalized care, ensuring the health and well-being of your family for years to come. At South Texas Health System Clinics, we're dedicated to keeping families healthy and happy. We're here for you every step of the way.
And welcome back here, DQ Fan Field. The kick just went out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And so Ruelas has his second touchback of the game, and it'll be La Jolla's football at the 25-yard line.
Here's where the Lobos, they can't afford not to be getting first downs. That's the key to the game. Got to get some first downs, stay in the field, and keep that offense, the Mustangs on the sideline.
Here's play action. They fake it to Bazan. Quarterback wants to keep it. Doesn't have much running room there for Joseph Martinez, the junior quarterback.
And right now, Nico Lara's already calling his name, as we have gotten accustomed the whole season long.
There's -1 yard. So it'll be second down and 11 now.
Nico Lara came into this game with 66 total tackles, 48 solos.
We're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Bazan on second down. He doesn't get to the line of scrimmage as the Mustangs stuff him. And he'll lose a yard at least. He'll bring third down and 11 here for the Lobos.
Counted 6 Mustang defenders in on that tackle. Look at this, Mark. All over the place.
Timeout for injury.
An official's timeout on the field.
2, 3, 9.
See Guajardo in there, along with a couple of other players in. Roberts Jones is in on the tackle, along with Adrian Garza. 7-0 Mustangs in front of the Lobos. 8:22 to go here in the first quarter.
Mark, getting back to while I was on the field, some of those big offensive linemen, they said, hey, we're going to try to get a couple of pancakes today. Hopefully your cameras and all that will get them. So we got to keep an eye out for that to see if any of the kids get a pancake.
Hey,
if you have a chance, give me a signal so we can know, because it's hard sometimes to see, because we follow the runners, so sometimes we might not see the offensive linemen.
Our camera crew will be on its A game as they've been on all year.
Look for some pancakes, camera crew.
Oh, third down and 11 here for the Lobos. Backed up at their own 24-yard line. They're down a touchdown after McAllen ISD scooted 53 yards for the TD on the Mustangs' only possession. 3-step drop here for Martinez. Going to lob this left side, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Looks like it was intended for Michael Navarro. A couple of Mustangs defending there. I think that was Cardenas, Ozzie Cardenas, number 2 right there.
Real good job of, of course, the secondary knew there was going to be a pass, so that helps you.
So Nick Luna was also close by in the area, and watch this little celebration here by the Mustangs, like something the Three Musketeers would have done, I think.
How about that? Make sure you don't overdo it, Mark, because
after they upended one of Cardinal Richlow's henchmen. You've seen that movie. We saw the punt there, a fair caught by the Mustangs at the 47-yard line. Mustangs will start up their second possession with 8 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Already have a 7-0 lead.
So Garcia and a quarterback.
Lobo player appears to jump off sides, and here's a big hole here for JP Garza. All the way down into Lobos territory near the 25-yard line. It'll be another first down here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that left side of the Mustang offensive line, golly, they're pushing back big time, and that's why you see the big ones. That's Ezequiel Osuna and Sean Reyes. Making it easy for the running backs to get the big yards.
So that was a scamper of 27 yards all the way down to the 26-yard line. Toss right, this is Solis. Solis able to get across the 25 up to near the 22-yard line. Looks like a gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up second down.
Big push, big push. And that's when they have success, Mark. Any offensive line that has a big push, they will dominate the time of possession. The play for the Mustangs, number 5. Hugo Rodriguez.
And here they go on second down and 6 from the Lobos 22-yard line. A Lobo player appears to jump offside again. Must be something in the cadence there of Garcia as we see Solis carry this across the 20 to the 19, a gain of 3, and it'll bring up third down and 3.
And if it's not the cadence, Mark, it could be that the defensive linemen, they want to get that extra little quick first step so they could initiate the contact, because if they wait for the Mustang offense to initiate the contact, they're usually going to be pushed back. Number 5 in there on the defense, Osbel Flores.
With their third down, here's a toss to Solis, trying to get outside and doesn't. Great defensive play there by the Lobos. They were able to hold them short of the first down. A tackle there by the linebacker, Leonidas Chapa.
It's a good thing that he made the tackle, Mark. If he wouldn't have, the Mustangs would have gotten a first down out of it. So it's a 4th and 3. We would assume that the Mustangs will go for it. Good hustle right there. He went. That's all he could do.
Got back to the line of scrimmage was all, and it's 4th down and 3.
Look for some kind of run to the left side, maybe, Mark, because that's where the Mustangs have had a lot of success.
So here they're going to try toss to the other side. This is Garza. Garza hits, spins, moves forward, and it's going to be very close. Looks like from here he got it, and he did.
Yeah, that's what I predicted, Mark, a run to the left side, because that's where they've been getting all the chunks of yards. But it was to the wide open field. They didn't need much, and you don't need to have a big push. J.P. Garza, the senior 175-pound running back, will usually get that yard you need.
And here they're going to fake the handoff. Garcia, left-hander, throws this, caught by Garza. J.P. Garza at the 11-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play. Bring up second down.
And Garcia came into this game with 2 for 5. He hasn't thrown many passes, so you're looking at an easy pass for him to help him get his confidence. He is a lefty, Mark.
Just his third pass attempt, his first of the game. With the wing left, they hand this off to Garza, straight ahead across the 10. Bulls his way up to about the 7-yard line. They'll bring up third down.
Well, we know Coach Patterson got to be thinking 2-down territory here with a third and about 3-4 yards. Look at that big push there by the tight end, Mark, for the Mustangs, and he's done a wonderful job all year long, and that's Gavin McIntyre, the national anthem co-singer.
Yeah, he and Nick Luna doing a good job tonight. Lobos player may have been offside as Garza gets the handoff and fights his way forward across the 5 down to the 4. And that'll be enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
Either way, they're going to get a first down on a run or penalty, and we talked about one of the keys to the games. The teams needed to stay away from the penalties.
Offside. Number 2 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Result of the penalty is a first down.
So they decided to take the penalty.
Correction, half the distance to the goal.
They decided to take the penalty, which really works out to the same way. They were at the 8, half the distance puts them at the 4, which is where Garza got on his carry.
And it's going to be tough for the Lobos to stop this big offensive line. So far, they have not been able to. Coach Patterson knows all about offensive line. He himself was an offensive lineman.
So first and goal at the 4-yard line here for the Mustangs, already sporting a 7-0 lead. You're going to give this to Solis, and Solis, a huge hole. Could have driven a semi through that, and he's in for the touchdown, and the Mustangs go up 13-0.
And when we take a look at the replay, you'll see number 5, Hugo Rodriguez, is a wide receiver. He had a pretty good block. In addition to the big offensive line for the Mustangs. So far, totally, this game has been dominated by the Memorial offensive line and tight end, Gavin McIntyre.
The drive took over 4 minutes off the clock. Here's Ruelas' kick. This is straight through the uprights, and it's good. He's now 2 for 2, and the score is 14-0 in favor of the Mustangs with 4:03 to go here in quarter number 1. 9-play, 53-yard drive capped by this first and goal play right here. You see Solis going in untouched for the touchdown. And it's now 14-0 Mustangs, and we'll be right back with more football night in McAllen ISD. Here's the kickoff by the Mustangs. It's going to go out the back of the end zone for the 3rd time now. And this will be another touchback. It'll come out to the Lobos 25-yard line. So far, Lobos been unsuccessful, forced to punt twice in this game. Looking for their first down. Came in tonight with a 3-3 district record after a 3-0 non-district start, so 6-3 overall. They've been quite a competitive team this year, but more than likely need a win here tonight to remain in playoff contention. Mustangs already are set to host a playoff game next week. They don't know the opponent as yet. There's a handoff on first down. It's going to be a 3-yard pickup. That's the quarterback, Martinez, calling his own number.
The Lobos are, they're 6-3. They could have been 8-1. They lost 2 real close ball games. And basically on self-inflicted penalties or turnovers. So it's been a tough year, a good year, but those tough losses could come back to hurt them and keep them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost a close one to Rowe and a loss to Mission Eagles as well. Mission also factoring in as one of those playoff teams, and here they go with their first down.
That is Aiden Ramirez. Using his powerful legs, he's got a low center of gravity. Just a sophomore. Got himself about five tough yards there. Good run by Aiden Ramirez.
That's the first down for the Lobos.
Mark.
He's going to run this straight up the middle.
Oh, how did he get those yards?
It looked like he wasn't going to get anything, but got several yards. It's Martinez, the quarterback. Picked up about 5 here.
Initially, right there, usually 42 for the Mustangs. Nicolata, usually he'll bring you down. Martinez refused to go down. Very determined run. It paid off. He actually got 7 yards on that.
So 2nd down, and Martinez running around the outside to the left, able to pick up enough for the first down here and get into Mustang territory at the 49. So the Lobos in business now here on their 3rd possession.
And they needed to be, Mark. They needed to get those first downs. 2 back-to-back first downs right now. Gives them a little bit of confidence. The move by Martinez.
It's finally brought down by linebacker Adrian Garza. 14-0 Mustangs here, late first quarter. They hand this off. It's off tackle to the left side, and he picks up good yardage again, all the way to the 42-yard line. That's Ramirez.
He's running with a lot of power, Mark. There wasn't a big hole there to the left side, but there's no center of gravity. Look at him. He actually initiated the hit and kept rolling. And that's another gain of 7.
Yeah, we've seen 2 good runs in a row by that running back. Aiden Ramirez. Second down and 3 now here for the Lobos. Got a wing on the left side as they run this up the middle. It looks like a rugby scrum as they just keep picking up yardage.
I knew you were going to say rugby on that one. That's exactly how that play looked.
8 yards on this one.
He got hit right there. He just keeps his legs rolling, and all of a sudden, a hole opened up. He made his own opening on that one. Good job, Martinez.
So last 30 seconds of the first quarter here, and Lobos making some noise. They're just outside the 30-yard line of Mustang territory. It's 2 men in the backfield. Martinez wants to throw. This is incomplete. Mustangs appeared ready for it.
And I think that's a good call, Mark, because they ran the ball at least 7-8 times already, and that's where you can get the defense sleeping. And actually, if the ball would have been thrown a little bit further, it could have been interesting.
Trying to hit tight end Kevin Solis. We saw defending on the play, linebacker Nico Lada had run out with him.
The kid is all over the place, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah, Lada's a busy player. Even on turf, he gets his uniform dirty.
That's it, Mark.
Yep.
What a second quarter.
Last 5 seconds here of the first quarter. Second down and 10 for the Lobos. We're going to take a short break here. 14-0 the score. Mustangs in front. Lobos knocking on the door. And after 1, it's the Mustangs by 2
the
scores.
ruling on the field was an
You're watching
incomplete
football
pass.
night
There's
at
12 seconds
McAllen
left
ISD.
on the clock.
Going to have the smile cam pretty soon here for you. Second down and 10. And you know what? Actually, they put 12 seconds back on the board.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, because the teams did not switch ends.
Yes, I was thinking that I wanted the play clock to stop, and then they stop it so the referee put the time back on, which is the right thing to do.
Yeah, now they've reached the end of the first quarter, and now it's time for the smile cam. 14-0 Mustangs. And welcome back to the start of the second quarter. 14-0 Mustangs in front. And here's a 3rd and 7 for the Lobos as they hand this off. It's going to be a short first carry of the game for running back Christian Martinez. Martinez's first carry is going to be about 5 yards short. We'll see what they decide to do here.
4th and 5, no choice for Coach. Margarito McKinnis has to go for it, Mark. And this is a big 4th down. Even though it's so early in the second quarter, The Lobos, they got to try to get themselves some points. They cannot afford to stay too far behind.
It's basically a must-win game for them. They have to think about those things as on 4th down, Martinez back to throw, finally gets rid of it, was in trouble the whole time, and it falls incomplete. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Was trying to get it to Ramirez, but was under all kinds of pressure, especially from that man, Eric Guajardo.
Well, Eric Guajardo put in the finishing touch, but if we take a look at the replay right here, Mark, the first player was number 55. He's the one. Adrian Garza messed up the play completely. So both of those kids deserve credit right there. Garza and Guajardo.
A big celebration there by the Mustang defense. Mustangs up 14-0. They take over on downs. So end around. This is Alanis once again. Scored earlier, and this one has big yardage up to the 48-yard line, a pickup of 19 yards.
And Alanis has great vision, Mark. He spots. He's ahead of his time here. He spots where there's nothing's going to happen. He knows when he has to cut, and he almost broke it again. See how he's looking up, Mark, looking for the open hole. And he's so quick. His move is fast.
A lot of speed he has. One reason he has 14 scores this year. A handoff, J.P. Garza. Garza fighting his way forward across the midfield stripe into Lobo territory, all the way to their 47-yard line, a gain of 5.
That play was kind of like a slow development play. Mustangs better be careful that if they are playing in the playoffs against a faster team, they might get to Garza a lot sooner and cause a fumble.
Mustangs with 2nd down and 6. And this is J.P. Garza once more, has the first down up to about the 39-yard line.
We take a look at the replay, Mark. Look at the push on the left side. Number 70 doing an outstanding job. He's done that all year long. Ezequiel Osuna.
And we see Coach Moses Patterson in his 4th year, taking the team into the playoffs for the 3rd time under his tenure. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs here with 9.5 to play in the first half. They hand this off. And it's Garza once more. Garza fighting his way to about the 46-yard line. Or excuse me, the 36-yard line, a gain of 3.
And if you're an offensive team, Mark, that can run between the hash marks, can you imagine all the play options that Coach Tivo, offensive coordinator Tivo Gonzalez has, knowing that he's had success between the hash marks, then everything is wide open for the offensive running backs.
Garcia with play action here. Wants to throw. This looks like it was intended for Alanis. Goes incomplete.
The ball came out of his hand before the grip. He also had an opportunity to run the ball. First he started with a great fake. He had an opportunity right there, but the way the ball came out, I think it slipped out of his hands.
That brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs.
After the play, you saw Michael Alanis encouraging Garcia.
Alanis, a terrific player, one of the best players in the Valley. Lined up the bottom of your screen. Toss left, this is Garza. Garza fighting his way forward on 3rd and long, all the way to about the 30-yard line. They'll bring just about a yard shy of the first down.
There was so many bodies in between there. I don't know how J.P. Garza found an opening to get those 4 or 5 yards. You can take out there. Good job by, you see there's a pancake. There's a pancake right there by number 62. Number 62 is Damian Lopez.
It's going to be 4th down and 2 right here for the Mustangs. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down. Trying to hand this off up the middle, and Garza ran into his quarterback and then ran into a host of defenders. And he's going to go down at his line of scrimmage. There'll be a turnover on downs, and the Lobos defense comes up with a big stance.
And that play right there shows you, Mark, how timing and practice, how sequence. We know that quarterback is young. This is his second game as an actual quarterback. But that shows you there how much practice goes into it. They bumped into each other. Good stop by the Lobo defense. We're going to take a look at the replay, Mark.
Oh, here it is.
Where they bumped into each other.
You can see the Lobos ready for that one. Taking advantage of the Mustang mishap. First down from their own 31. They run this forward. That's Bazan on the carry.
Reina in the tackle along with Dylan Sanchez. Short gain of 4 yards.
So second down and 6 here for the Lobos. Under 8 minutes to go here before halftime. Mustangs up 14-0 with scores on their first 2 possessions by McAllen ISD and Jaden Solis.
Defense, Mustang, defense. Defense, 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 Mustang, defense. Defense, 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 Mustang, defense. Defense.
That one bottled up after a short gain. Bring up third down and short here for the Lobos.
Bazan is actually a pretty good running back so far. The Mustangs have corralled him and not allowed him to have any open holes.
Third down, 3.
So Lobos with a third down and 3. And quarterback, after a fake handoff, keeps this. Martinez across the 40 to about the 41. It's going to be real close. He might be just short. Yep, they do have him short. They have him spotted at the 40. So only a 2-yard gain there, and they're going to be a full yard shy.
A gain of 3, brings up 4th down 1.
Right there, you see the quarterback Martinez. Looks like he's staying in the game. It looks like the Lobos might roll the dice here on their own end of the field. And go for this first down, being just a yard short. They are going to line up in an offensive formation here. And it's quarterback sneak going forward. He's got the first down and then some.
And that's what I expected, Marco. They've run that quarterback kind of sneak draw, whatever you want to call it. And they've been gaining like 5 yards at least every time. And they got themselves another 45 yards in that one. It's all about timing, Mark. As soon as you get that ball, you got to be quick. And then you have the running backs pushing you from behind. You saw that? There's about 2-3 Lobos pushing quarterback forward.
Yeah, picked up 6 yards on 4th down and 1. That quarterback sneak. They're going to have an unbalanced line to their right side. They hand it off to Bazan, sweep right. And Bazan being pushed around like a pinball out there, but finally knocked down. They're going to give him forward progress to the 48-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play, to bring up second down.
And right there, Mark, you saw another 45 Mustangs in there on the tackle. In playoff football, Mark, that's going to be very important. At the end of the play, you ended up with about 8 Mustangs. They will be given credit for a defensive assist.
So second down and 7 here for the Lobos. Lobos looking to cross over to Mustang territory here. On second down and 7, Martinez calls his own number. His helmet comes off.
That's sportsmanship by number 55, Adrian Garza. First, he tackles you, puts you down pretty hard. And then the nice part of him is, let me help this quarterback up. Look at this, Mark. First he gets him, and And then he tries to help him up right there. That is awesome sportsmanship.
Yeah, and the quarterback with his helmet coming off by rule has to come out for one play. Yeah, they've got their backup quarterback in there for this play. That's Reynaldo Ramirez. They're on this 3rd down and 8 and a long pass, and this is incomplete. And the Mustang defending on the play was Rick Reyna. Looks like it was intended for Michael Novato, and it brings up 4th down.
And now because it's 4th and 7, they're more than likely going to have to punt the ball because it'd be very hard to get a 1st down when you need 7 yards. That quarterback keeper might not work. Yes, we'll see if the Lobos will line up to punt the ball. So you look at the coaches for the Mustangs calling in the defensive signals.
Yeah, we saw a shot of over the shoulder of Coach Moses Patterson. Call that an OTS in broadcast parlance. Here's the punt. This is the 3rd of the game. Mustangs field this their 15-yard line. They're going to get a return here up to the 20 to about the 22-yard line. That was Alanis on the return. Of course, a dangerous return man. Had a punt return for a touchdown last week. The Mustangs' victory over Nicky Rowe.
Well, we got 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. The Mustangs do have 3 timeouts. So we do have a penalty.
During the kick, holding, defense number 55. That penalty is half the distance from where he received the ball. 1st down.
The holding penalty is going to move the Mustangs back.
That's going to push the Mustangs way back. So that was a spot foul. Then they move it 10 yards back from there, all the way back to the Mustangs' 7-yard line. They'll set up with 3.5 minutes to play before halftime. As you pointed out, Mario, they do have all 3 of their timeouts to work with. They've only thrown 2 passes all half, though. Here they have a direct snap to Solis out of a Wildcat. And he gets all the way up to the 10-yard line before he's wrapped up.
I think the Lobo defense was ready for that, Mark, because they saw that a lot last week when Solis got into the Wildcat formation, and he had a lot of success.
He was wrapped up by number 45, Chapa, the linebacker. Man goes in motion, high snap, and the quarterback Solis going to have to run this, and he's going to be tackled for a big loss all the way back to the 1-yard line. I think it was meant to be a handoff to Alanis, but the high snap kind of foiled that.
Palmview, this is their first charge timeout of the half.
It's going to be a loss of yards.
Yeah, it's a loss all the way back to the 1, loss of 9 yards, 2:47 to go before halftime. Lobos take time out, thinking they can get the ball back. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen ISD.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
14-0 our score. Mustangs in front of the Lobos. 2 first quarter scores. It's been more even here in the 2nd quarter. The Mustangs in a pickle here, facing a 3rd down and 14. They actually spot the ball at the 3-yard line, so I thought it was back at the 1. Here they are on 3rd and 14, going to run a draw play right up the middle just to try to create a little more room for their putter as they get across the 5 to about the 6-yard line. It's a short run there by Garza.
Timeout.
Good job by the
Palmview defense. This is their 2nd charge timeout of the half.
That's going to give their offense good field position. Even though it's still 3rd and 14, but man, to get a 1st down this far back, it's going to be hard. So they need another big stop.
Now with us,
Oh, it is 4-7.
Mustangs.
Looking at the scoreboard. So they should get good field position, Mark.
Yeah, we're going to do the fan cam now while we have a timeout called by the Lobos. There we see the Mustang fans having a good time here tonight. Their team up 14-0. There's the parents. All right, 2:39 to go here before halftime. Mustangs out to punt for the first time tonight, and mishandled this in the end zone, but not much pressure. Able to get this off. Won't be a return here for the Lobos, as it takes a little bit of an even bounce there before the ball is picked up out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So terrific field position here for the Lobos. 2:27 to go before the break. They have one timeout to work with.
That's exactly what Coach Margarito Riquedes needed for the Lobos. A big defensive stop. And this gives them an excellent chance, Mark, to see if they can take advantage of it.
The ball spot at the 38-yard line. First down here for the Lobos. They're going to roll out, want to throw. Martinez lets it go, and this is caught inside the 20. Lobos in business now. And a nice catch there in traffic by Joe Esparza.
Great concentration by Esparza, Mark. The defender was there. But that play goes back to the old adage, who wanted it more? And Joe Esparza wanted it more. Here comes the pass. He jumps up there. Actually, that could have been defensive interference because they look like they wrapped around him.
Yeah, 20-yard pickup on that throw. Here they hand it off. This is Bazan driving and driving inside the 10. Never did go down as he's forced out of bounds at around the 6-yard line. And this should be another first down. It'll be first and goal with just under 2 minutes to go.
Finally, Kyle Bazan had an opportunity to show what kind of a good running back he is. He hasn't had any openings. He finally had one, got to his legs going, and look at his legs. There's two Mustang defenders, and they could not stop him.
So first and goal for the Lobos. Minute 57 to go. Lobos still have one timeout to work with. Here they hand this off. Fighting his way right up the middle and in the end zone for the touchdown. Lobos score. That's, I believe, the first carry of the night for Adrian Rivas. Or let me correct myself, Christian Martinez.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 24 instead of 34, but Martinez able to get in for the touchdown, and it's 14-6.
It'll take long for this Lobo offense to score, and that goes back to when you start your possession at your own 38-yard line. Makes it easy.
There's the kick up, and it is good. And with a minute 53 to go here in the first half, the score is 14-7. Mustangs in front, but their lead has been cut in half following this play right here by Christian Martinez. So he just bowled his way into the end zone for the score. Lobos have made it a game. We'll be back in a moment. This is Football Night in McAllen ISD.
The Seams Back to School sale is your perfect way to win. 6 weeks of perfect attendance earns students a chance to win a new car from Seams. And any student is $500 off MSRP at Seams McAllen Ford, or always online at SeamsMcAllenFord.com. Drive local, drive Seams.
And welcome back here. 14-7 is our score. And the Mustangs, after being pinned down way back at their inside their 10-yard line, were forced to punt. Lobos got good field position and then motored down in just 3 plays, 38 yards, to score the touchdown put themselves on the board here right before halftime. It's Christian Martinez with the 6-yard run, and here's a kickoff. It's going to go out of the end zone. It'll come out to the Mustang 25-yard line.
How fast was that drive, Mark? It didn't take that long, did it?
Oh, no, it didn't. It took just minute 43.
And we have visitors up here on the side, Mark. Some of the McAllen ISD administrators. Who do we have up here visiting in the press box? I see Dr. Rosalba de Hoyos.
Yeah, we've got some of the
Lorena Garcia,
the brain trust of the district up here in the press box watching the game.
Jeanette Nino.
Two of our associate superintendents and our deputy superintendent are up here as Mustangs from the 25 toss this to JP Garza. And Garza runs this up for a first down.
And you know what hurt the Mustangs in the last possession after Alanis had a good return, Mark? They had that 15-yard penalty and it pinned them down, and then they had some miscues. Look at that hard running right there, as we're accustomed to. JP Garza always running hard. That's who he is.
Illegal block in the back.
Oh,
Number 1 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's exactly what hurt the Mustangs in the last possession. They're pinned down deep, and you got to be careful here, Mark. They don't get a first down. Palmview Lobos still have one timeout. A minute 47 seconds to go.
Come on, get up, Blue, and go. Blue.
So see what the Mustangs do here as they hand this off. This is Solis. Has had a little bit of room there, but it closed quickly. First contact by the defender, Osbel Flores.
This is definitely where the Mustangs, they definitely miss starting quarterback for the majority of the season. Kane Coy, who has had some pretty good stats throughout the season. He was a good threat. He came in with 30 completions out of 59 attempts, close to 800 yards. But right now, since the backup quarterbacks for the Mustangs have not established the passing game, pretty much your defense is focused on some kind of run. We'll see if the Mustangs are willing to put up in the air. I don't think so.
2nd and 15 here for the Mustangs, so they picked up a yard. And here the quarterback, Garcia, was ready to pass and got hit immediately and sacked. It looked like Flores was blitzing in there and was able to sack the quarterback for a big loss.
Timeout.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Palmview. This is their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
It was a hard hit on the quarterback. I mean, by the time he was trying to set up, he was already hit pretty hard by number 5, Osbel Flores.
1, we are the Mustang 2. We cannot hear you 3.
14-7 the score here. 54 seconds left before halftime.
It's been a pretty
and
good
we've
day
got a
up here-
timeout called by
up
the
here at
Lobos.
The press box, Mark. We have visitors coming by, and that's good. We love to have students. What school do you go to? Sanchez? What's your name? Huh? Hi, Isabella. We're taking pictures with Isabella. Who are you? Jacob, with Jacob. Taking pictures up here. It's always good to have our young students up here with us. All right. Yes, anytime.
All right, yep. Yeah,
You
there
can
we
wave
are.
to the camera.
On camera there. Hope you enjoyed it. Always great to meet some fans. We're passing by here, up here in the new press box. 14-7 the score. And a 3rd down here for the Mustangs.
Big hole.
As they hand this to Solis, the big hole up the middle. And it matches all the way out across the 25. Will be well short of the first down. It gets it out all the way to about the 28. Yeah, I believe it's 4th down. They have 3rd down on the scoreboard and 4th down on the sideline. We'll check that in a moment here.
There's been a bunch of plays already run, but that was a pretty good open run. And at the end, Garza put in the punishment on the defender. The scoreboard still says 3rd and 7, but the sideline has a 4th down on it. And they're running down the clock as much as they can because Palmview does not have any more timeouts, Mark.
Yeah,
7-6.
Palmview out of timeouts, and the Mustangs have 1 second difference between play and game clock.
Timeout.
Coach Patterson.
McAllen Memorial. This is their first charge timeout of the half.
Pretty much this will be the last play. The Lobos will not be able to get the ball back.
Yeah, Mustangs might not even punt here, might simply run the football, knowing there's only 1 second left. That'll take up the rest of the half. So Coach Patterson giving some instructions to his troops.
So this is going to set up the second half, Mark. The fact that the Lobos had a big stop and then they were able to cash in 14-7 at halftime. Not bad.
Yeah, certainly a game we've got going here. At first, it looked like the Mustangs might gallop away with it as they scored on their first 2 possessions. We're up 14-0, but the Lobos scored on their last possession.
Were you an English writer or something? I love the way you say the Mustangs are going to gallop, or what was that?
Oh, yeah, read that in Zane Grey novel somewhere.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're going to have a kick here, but we'll see. Nope.
Yeah, just simply hand off to or rather a snap to the quarterback, and he'll kneel it, and that's the end of half number 1. We'll keep it here for our halftime kick. This is where one of our teachers gets a chance to win $100 if they can kick a field goal from 12 yards out. And this is going to be an assistant principal tonight.
They've been real successful lately. Everybody's been cashing in on that 100. Who's the person for tonight?
It's going to be assistant principal, Miss Cassandra Rodriguez from Memorial High School.
All right.
We're at halftime, 14-7.
I wonder if the special team coach for the Mustangs helped her out. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe gave her some advice before the halftime tonight. Here she is, and here she goes.
Oh.
And no, not quite. But still, we appreciate Performance Therapeutics for recognizing all our educators at McAllen ISD. You can see there she gets a high five from her principal, Mr. Pete Alvarez. Mr. Alvarez there, and they're in the pink. Miss Rodriguez, assistant principal.
Well, the good thing is she is having fun.
Still gets her picture taken for the social media. They hold up the Mustang ears there, and congratulations to her. And we appreciate Performance Therapeutics for their support of our educators. Going to have the dancers perform here from the Palmview High School, along with the Palmview Marching Band, and then the McAllen Memorial Prancers and Marching Band coming up right after this. Enjoy, and we'll see you on the other side.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our halftime festivities featuring McAllen Memorial's finest student performers, the Prancers, the Color Guard, and the band that rocks the Rio Grande, the McAllen Memorial Mustang Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the moment we would like to recognize our 2024-2025 Memorial Prancer Seniors. Siriana Trevino, 2-year line member. Audrey Rosales, 2-year line member. Desiree Hinojosa, 4-year line member. Hannah Garcia, 3-year captain and 4-year line member. And Camille Reynolds, 3-year major and 4-year line member. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause to our senior Prancers as they dazzle us with their final home game performance. It has been an absolute pleasure witnessing your growth and brilliance over the years. We wish you all the best on your next adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the McAllen Memorial Prancers! This evening, we want to take time to honor the 2024-2025 Mustang Band Senior Class. We are so grateful for all the work each of these students has put into our band program. This senior class started back in the fall of 2021 and has unselfishly given of themselves to the Mustang Band each and every day. Countless hours of rehearsal, before and after school sectionals, and helping one another achieve at a higher level than the day before has been the work ethic of this band program and this senior class. Their dedication, hard work, and loyalty to the Memorial Band program has been so appreciated and will never be forgotten. This evening, we honor our senior class with presenting them with a senior Letterman jacket. This is just a small token of our appreciation for everything they have given to our band program. We wish every senior all the best in their future endeavors upon graduation this coming spring. Always remember, once a Mustang Band member, always a Mustang Band member. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the McAllen Memorial 2024-2025 Band Senior Class. First is Dante Buentello, escorted by Samuel Buentello and Janie Garcia. Next is Yezvek Cardenas, escorted by Myra Thomas and Augustine Cruz. Next is Jared Cedillo, escorted by Adolfo Cedillo. Next is Marcos Cuevas, escorted by Martin and Elisa Cuevas. Next is Ashley Davila Mendoza, escorted by Abel and Maricela Rodriguez. Next is David Espinosa, escorted by Dulce Reina. Next is Kayla Espinosa, Kelly Espinosa, and Kevin Espinosa, escorted by Anaí Espinosa. Next is Joaquin Garcia and Julian Garcia, escorted by Xochitl Mora. Next is Xiomara Garcia, escorted by Laura and Omar Garcia. Next is Martin Grimaldo, escorted by Maribel Grimaldo and Jerry Grimaldo. Next is Jonathan Guzman, escorted by Laura Eguilla. Next is Isabella Hernandez, escorted by Luis and Lorena Hernandez. Next is Sebastian Hernandez, escorted by Kevin Hernandez and Claudia Tovillas. Next is Silvia Hinojosa, escorted by Claudia Cantu and Juan Hinojosa. Next is Leslie Mendoza, escorted by Juana Rodriguez and Jackie Mendoza. Next is Sofia Montes, escorted by Sofia Almeida and Dr. Montes. Next is Emma Nelson, escorted by Vanessa and Ryan Nelson. Next is Jorge Ollevidas, escorted by Jorge Ollevidas. Next is Jerry Pena, escorted by Javier Pena and Maida Gonzalez. Next is PJ Parales, escorted by Maria Coyar and Irma Coyar. Next is Leia Plata, escorted by Mrs. Lynette Plata and Mr. Joel Plata. Next is Dulce Rodriguez, escorted by Ezekiel Rodriguez Jr. and Laura E. Rodriguez. Next is Andre Rubaldino, escorted by Roberto Rubaldino and Norma Cardenas. And our final senior for the band, Isaac Vasquez, escorted by Rachel and Carlos Vasquez. Now we will have the Mustang alma mater performed for us and the seniors. Thank you, class of 2025 band seniors. And now a salute to Mustang Country. A huge thank you goes out to our amazing Memorial Band Booster Organization and outstanding band parents for all their energy and support of the band day in and day out every year. The Memorial Band would also like to thank our McAllen ISD Superintendent, Dr. Gutierrez, school board members, and Ms. Deborah Loya, Fine Arts Director, and district officials for all their support every season. We also want to thank our Memorial High School administration, Mr. Pedro Alvarez Jr., principal, teachers, and staff for all their support of the Memorial Band every day. McAllen Memorial Band directors are Angel L. Martinez Jr., Deborah Luna, Araceli Rodriguez, Mark Mertens, Stephanie Perez. The band is also assisted by Brandon Cortez, Marcos Silguero, and Sofia Sanchez. The Memorial Band would like to wish Mr. Banda and the Palmview Band all the best for the rest of the school year. We hope you enjoyed the halftime performances, enjoy the second half of the game, and go Mustangs!
We're just moments away from the second half. You can see some highlights here from half number one. It was all Memorial to start off with in the first quarter. There's the touchdown by McAllen ISD. This went 53 yards. Just the Mustangs' second play from scrimmage and put them up 7-0. McAllen ISD's 14th touchdown of the year. Kyle Bazan was the early frequent ball carrier for the Lobos.
Like you said, Mark.
Yep. Garza with the big run here that went for, that would set up a touchdown.
Here come the little Mustangs. About a hand for our little Mustangs.
Yes, Elise with a 4-yard run for a touchdown, a 14-0 lead, 14-7 now as we get ready for the third quarter. You can see the little Mustangs running across the field.
Lobo fan, get on your feet. Here come your Lobos.
Future champions on there. Lobos running out onto the field. Lobo pride flag. Black, white, and
Mustang
red.
fan, get on your feet. Here come the mighty Mustangs.
We have some big, what do you call them, Mark? You said little Mustangs.
Yeah, I think those are current Mustangs there, some of them.
But they're showing spirit.
Uh-huh. Out there having a big time running across the field. It's a tradition at every Mustang home game, as well as home games of the Bulldogs and Warriors. And we're about ready for the second half. Remind you, it's the Mustangs who will be receiving to start the second half, as they won the toss back in the first half and elected to receive in the second half. So at the start of the third quarter, Mustangs will be getting the football as they hope to add to their lead here. They've held the lead throughout.
They started off pretty good, and it seemed like they just calmed down and gave the Lobos an opportunity to get back in the game. But we know last week what happened when they came in. I think they scored 21 points in the third quarter, and they took control of the game. So we'll see if that's the Mustang team that's going to come out here. But then again, you're playing against a team that's fighting for their lives, right? They got to win to have a chance for playoffs. The Lobos do.
Here's the kickoff. It's going to die in the end zone. It's going to come out to the 25-yard line. And the Mustangs will set up right there. We're just underway here in the second half at DQ Fan Field. Lobos needing a win to hold on to their playoff hopes. They are 3-3 in the district. District 16-5A Division 1. Mustangs, meanwhile, are at 5-1, hoping to finish at 6-1. Fenwick-Vela, which should be upset tonight. They would be. They and the Mustangs might end up as co-champions.
We'll see if the Mustangs can establish that offensive line again like they did the first quarter and a half.
Vela would be expected to win at Rio Grande City this evening.
And it's real simple. I mean, if the Mustangs win, it makes things, the playoffs, maybe. I understand that tomorrow the winner between McAllen and Rowe would be in along with Mission. But if Palmview wins, then it gets really interesting. It goes back to head-to-head points and all of that.
So here's a fumble in the backfield. Mustangs able to follow, and as they were trying to get it to Alanis on an end-around play, similar to what they scored on back in the first half. But this ends up on the ground, and the Mustangs lucky to maintain control here.
It looked like it's a responsibility of the quarterback to put the ball in the runner's pocket. That didn't happen. Alanis was not happy with that. The Mustangs are a little bit
timeout.
Not organized.
McAllen Memorial. This
So
is
they're
their
gonna have
first
to call
charge
a
timeout of the
Mark,
half.
at 3rd and 14.
Got a timeout called by the Mustangs, their first timeout of the second half. So they're up 14-7. We're going to take a break. Mustangs by a touchdown here in the early third quarter. We'll be right back.
In South Texas, we know family is everything. That's why at South Texas Health System Clinics, we focus on providing exceptional care for generations of patients. Our family practices offer a wide range of services for every member of your family, from infants to seniors. Our experienced physicians take the time to listen and provide personalized care, ensuring the health and well-being of your family for years to come. At South Texas Health System Clinics, we're dedicated to keeping families healthy and happy. We're here for you every step of the way.
And we're back as the Mustangs run the ball to J.P. Garza on 3rd down and long. Garza's going to be brought down at about the 26. Will be well short of the first down after a gain of 5, and they'll bring on the punting unit.
And that play there tells you that the Mustangs are not comfortable with the passing attack. So they're playing it safe, and they're hopefully depend on their defense to come up with some other stops. But let's not forget, the Lobo offense got clicking there at the end of the second quarter.
Here's the punt after a low snap. Won't be a return. This is going to take a huge Mustang roll and be killed at the Lobo 29-yard line.
That was Aiden Luffer. Did it to the ball. He'll stay in the game and play defense.
Lobos set up their own 29, 10:07 showing here in the third quarter. By the way, halftime stats, Palmview had 84 yards on the ground, 20 through the air, 104 total yards with 6 first downs. Mustangs, meanwhile, 162 yards rushing, 5 passing, for 167 total yards and 8 first downs. Neither team had a turnover that first half. So first down here for the Lobos. Going to toss this to Bazan, trying to turn that corner, and is pushed out of bounds after a 4-yard gain.
Excellent hustle right there on the defensive side by Nick Luna. It looked like Bazan was going to be able to gain more yards after he went around Stoffer. But a great hustle by Nick Luna.
Ooh, big hit there at the end. So second down and 6 now for Lobos. The Palmview Lobos. It's a handoff on second down 6. Going to pick up a couple of yards there. And it looked like Bazan on the carry once more. Now bring up third down.
Rick Reyna quickly, the first point of contact from the defensive side. The rest of the Mustangs, look at that. There's another 6 players. It's happened all night long. A lot of gang tackling out there by the Mustang defense.
Lobos 0 for 5 on third down in the first half. They're facing third and 4.
I saw it from up here, Mark. All start.
False start. Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
That hurts a team. I mean, from a 3rd and 4, you go to 3rd and 9, and that's almost like a passing down. And since Palmview has not had a lot of success through the air, you probably have no choice.
Yeah, that puts them in a 3rd and 9 situation. Under their 10th year coach, Margarito Riquenes. Team went 3 and 7 last year, so market improvement, 6 and 3 right now. As Martinez wants to throw and is brought down. Oh, this will be against the Mustangs most likely, and it'll be an automatic first down, but tackle on the play by Adrian Garza.
Well, Coach Patterson's probably not
Personal
happy about
foul.
that. Good
Face
effort.
mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
They're not doing it on purpose, but boy, that is a big play, Mark. We're going to have to
Number
see.
9 can stay in the game because his helmet came off, result of the penalty.
Looks like the Lobos got a break. Was not done intentionally, but that's where you got to wrap the player up and not go close to your helmet.
Yeah, 15 yards and a first down when the Lobos would have had to punt the football. Instead, clock is stopped at 8:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the quarterback Martinez right there trotting back onto the field.
That's almost like a turnover, Mark, because you were going to get the ball, but you don't get the ball, so.
It's a quick count here. They hand this off. Trying to pick up some yards, but the Mustangs won't let him have it. That's Ramirez on the carry. Able to get up to about the 47-yard line, a gain of 2. Look at it again.
He was able to keep his feet up. And at least he gained 2 yards when he wasn't supposed to gain any yards.
Second down and 8 now for the Lobos. Gonna wing right, gonna hand this off, going left. It looks like Ramirez again on the carry and still fighting and churning. I think they blew it dead at the 49-yard line in Mustang territory. So a gain of 4 on the play.
Well, this kid is hard to bring down, just a sophomore. Expect big years from him, his junior and senior. I mean, he got hit right away, but he kept himself. Look at that. He refuses to go down, Mark. There's like 5 Mustangs hanging on to him. First point of contact was Delton Keller.
It brings up 3rd down again at 3rd and 4 this time. Again, a quick count. They hand this off and a first down and more at the 40. This is Bazan at the 20. 2 men chasing, goes down around the 10-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal situation here for the Lobos. And they are in business here. And wow, where did that come from?
Well, we know Bazan's a good runner, Mark, but he hasn't had that many open lanes. And finally, some good blocking got him up in the open. And boy, that goes back to that penalty where the Mustangs would have gotten the ball back. And give credit to the Lobos. And you see Bazan, open field, good hustle again by none other than Nico Lara. But the Lobos are playing with a lot of effort because they know there's an opportunity for them to get into the playoffs and they can win this game.
So here they go with a 1st and 10. They spotted him out of bounds at the 11, so they can pick up a first without scoring. As they hand this off, they're able to fight their way to about the 8-yard line. I believe that's Christian Martinez who scored their touchdown for them back in the second quarter. Able to pick up about 3 there.
Josh Castellanos in on the tackle along with Nico Lara.
It's a 39-yard run a moment ago by Bazan. Set up this situation, a scoring opportunity here for the Palmview. Second down and 7. Sweep to the left side, not going to get much. Going to lose yardage there as they handed it off to Esparza. And Esparza brought down at the 10, a loss of 2 on the play to bring up 3rd down.
So when you need a big play on the defensive side, this is where Eric Guajardo comes in. Another play for a loss. So we know this is 2-down territory for the Lobos at 3rd and 9. You look at Coach Margarito Riquenes calling in the play. They're going to have to call a timeout.
Timeout.
Just too long to develop.
Palmview. This is their first charge timeout of the half.
So timeout taken by Palmview. That's their first timeout of the second half with 5:38 to play in the 3rd quarter. Lobos facing a 3rd and 9 situation. We see the Mustang cheerleaders under Coach Pete Ramirez, longtime head coach of the Mustang cheerleaders. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining here. Got 3 cameras going at once here,
nice.
Mario.
I was just going to comment about that. How do we do that?
Have our director, Raul Ramos, is able to build those during the week. Get your squares set up, and then you can punch up your cameras that you want.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So it kind of reminds me of some of those early, the early 70s. Remember some of the Hollywood movies had what they called double vision, where you had 2 shots going the entire movie. Kind of a cool thing back then. And here's Martinez on 3rd down. Nowhere to run. He's wrestled down by the Mustang defense, including Eric Guajardo, who's having a big night here for the Mustangs.
He is. He's making some key plays here. But Rick Reyna was there also helping out. Might look like, I mean, they need points. Would they be setting up for field goal marks?
They are. This would cut it. It would still be a 1-possession game, but it would put them in position to take the lead if they get a touchdown.
I just see this kid kicking. He's got the good leg, so we know that. He's going to get enough on this, but can he keep it in between the posts?
26-yard field goal attempt is up and good. 26-yard field goal is good. It's now 14-10. Memorial still in front, but Palmview continues to chip away. 4:54 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Time now for our Smile Cam. Here the Mustangs returning the kickoff out across the 20, across the 25, up to the 29-yard line. 14-10 our score here.
I bet you Coach Patterson is saying, hey, we need to get that swag back, the one we had it in most of the first half. The offense was dominating at the line of scrimmage, and they were getting big gains, and they built that 14-0 lead. Now's the time for the Mustang offense to get clicking.
Off the shotgun snap, they hand this off to Solis. Solis fighting his way forward up to about the 32-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play.
Jaden Solis was a quarterback. And off the ball. Excuse me. Solis to Garza.
Oh, you're right, Garza with that run. Now once again, out of the Wildcat, Solis going nowhere. And I think you're right, Mario. I think the Lobos were ready for the Mustangs to use that Wildcat approach here tonight.
It worked last week, but that gave the defensive coordinator and the staff for the Lobos an opportunity to practice for it. And now the Lobos, their defense, has really picked it up and taken control of the game defensively. There was Leonidas Chapa in, and he's had a pretty good game himself. And anytime you put the Mustangs on a third and more than 10 yards, we'll see they're willing to pass.
The Mustangs in a passing situation. Solis over the middle, and this is caught. That's Alanis. Alanis with the first down. Might have gone the distance had he kept his balance, but the Mustangs have a big first down in Lobos territory.
That's where Jaden Solis surprises you. He did that last week. When they needed some big plays, he was able to do it. He's a good athlete, Mark. Only threw 6 times last week, but he completed 4 passes. And he had 2 touchdowns, as you can remember.
And on first down, handoff, J.P. Garza. Garza surges all the way to about the 42-yard line, a gain of 3.
That's a big first down. We're going to see if that's what they need here in the second half to get back control of this game.
By the way, that catch by Alanis, good for 27 yards.
That's all Alanis is capable of. He just doesn't settle for 5-yard catches. They're always 20 and up.
Yeah, he came in averaging over 30 yards a catch tonight. Of course, he had that 53-yard run in the first quarter for a touchdown. There's J.P. Garza with the carry. Across the 40 to the Lobo 38-yard line. Gain of 4.
Now that's the push that the Mustang offensive line was having in the first half. They're finally starting to get that again. I'm sure there was been some conversations by the offensive line coaches by the Mustangs.
We're under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter now. And we've got a flag down. I think this might be movement before the ball was snapped.
False start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
A little bit too soon. Anytime you know that you're going to have to be a pulling guard, you might get a little anxious and you pull a little bit before you're supposed to.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now on the Mustangs, who went from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8.
It could still be 2 possessions here to try to get a first down.
So the Mustangs do here. 2 men in the backfield. We've got Solis at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself, running to the left side across the 40 down to the 39. He'll be about 3.5 yards shy of the first down.
And if it wasn't for that penalty, Mark, it wasn't for that penalty, they would have gotten a first down.
Yeah, got exactly 5 yards there. And now facing 4th and 3. And we're under 1 minute to go in the third quarter.
Let's see what offensive coordinator Thibaut Gonzalez, I don't think he'll put it up in the air.
So 4th down and 3. Mustangs 1 for 2 on 4th down tonight. Again, same formation as before. This goes way over the quarterback's head. Ball is loose and now picked up at the 34-yard line. And this is going to be a touchdown for the Lobos. The Lobos run it all the way back. That's Flores at the 34-yard fumble return. And Palmview Lobos have shockingly taken the lead here over the Mustangs late in the third quarter.
Actually, there was two major mistakes on that play. First of all, of course, the snap. But the Mustang player that had an opportunity to at least just follow the ball, he tried to pick it up. Wasn't able to do that, and the ball was loose. And the Lobos take advantage and score a touchdown. Not a pick six. What do you call that, Mark?
A scoop six.
A scoop six.
Or a scoop and score.
Love it.
Scoop and score. There's the extra point try, up, and it is good. Here's another look at it. And you see it was a nice little bounce there for Flores, picked it up. 34 yards later, he was in for the touchdown.
JP Garza tried to get on the, but the ball just bounced out and give hustle to number 19 Alanis to try to come back and get the tackle.
Lobos lead it 17-14. And welcome back, 17-14, Lobos in front. They've got 17 unanswered points, Mario, after the Mustangs took the early 14-0 lead on their first two possessions of the game. And it's been Lobos since then, with 7 points in the second quarter and 10 here in this third quarter.
That's what happens sometimes, Mark, when you have a team that's playing for something and another team that's not relaxing too much.
So that'll come out for a touchback, and the Mustangs will have it at the 25-yard line. On that last play, Mustangs had it at the La Jolla 38-yard line, 4th down and 3. Saw the errant snap that went over the quarterback's head.
Give credit to the official there that he didn't get run over, Mark.
Yeah. Picked up by Flores, who is a defensive back, and went in for a scoop and score from 34 yards away and put his team in front 17-14. So now the Mustangs playing catch up. Still have plenty of time with 27 seconds left in the third quarter.
Here's where the Mustangs need that drive that they always get.
This is Solis. Oh, Solis with a big hole here, cuts back against the grain, and look at this, all the way up to midfield before he steps out of bounds with a 24-yard pickup.
And last week when the Mustangs needed big plays, Solis was one and Alanis was the other one, and that's where they were the monitors, co-MVPs of the week, co-players of the week.
So he steps out of bounds with 19 seconds left here before the end of the third quarter. Lobos by 3 here. And here's JP Garza, breaks a tackle, surges forward into Lobos territory to the 44-yard line, and that should do it for the third quarter. Also puts the Mustangs over 200 yards rushing for the game. And we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. It's the Lobos 17 and the Mustangs 14. We'll be back for what should be a wild finish in the fourth quarter. After this, this is Football Night in McAllen ISD.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
And welcome back. Started the fourth quarter here. Mark May and Mario Reyna bringing you this one along with our MITV broadcast crew. And teams have switched ends. Mustangs in the blue and white, advancing toward the left side of your screen. As Solis carries it here on this 2nd and 3. Looks like he's got the first down at the 41-yard line.
Just like he did last week, he was on a mission, Mark. Determined that he's going to will the Mustangs back to take the lead. He's running hard.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Lobos 41. They hand this off. Picked up a couple yards there. That was J.P. Garza on the carry.
It's pretty much nothing fancy, just Mustang football. We're going to let our ground game take us to victory.
So 2nd down and 8. They give it to Garza again. Garza running forward and falls forward to the 34-yard line. It's going to be about 3 yards shy to bring up 3rd down.
Pretty good snaps by Gustavo Escandon, especially since the one that was a little bit over the quarterback that cost a fumble. Now he's back on track. He's done that all year.
Mustangs have not exactly lit it up on 3rd down. 1 for 7. They hand off to Garza on 3rd down and 3. And he's not going to get close. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage is all, and it'll bring up 4th down and 3. Mustangs are
pretty
probably
good
out of field goal
adjustments,
range.
Mark. Pretty good adjustments by the defense for the Lobos. They totally look different here in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
And it looks like they'll go for it. They're 1 for 3 on 4th down, including that disastrous play a few minutes ago that led to the Lobos go-ahead touchdown. And here's Solis, nowhere to go on 4th down.
Face mask
is going to be brought down, but flags come in from everywhere. And this might be against the defense.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty
Mark.
from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
This is exactly what the Mustangs did in the last possession. Remember, they were going to have a stop, and then they had the you can see the face backs there, easy call for the officials. But in the last possession, remember where the helmet came off from the quarterback. It's a 15-yard penalty, and it gave the Lobo offense new life, and they capitalized on it. We'll see if the Mustangs will do the same thing here.
And Mustangs with new life here after the 15-yard penalty. They hand this off to Garza. Garza stonewalled there at the line of scrimmage. Actually loses a yard back to the 20.
Well, one thing for sure, Mark, one thing for sure is that those easy yards that were coming up for the Mustangs are now, they're not getting those big yards anymore.
So 2nd down, 11 at the 20-yard line. Mustangs down by 3 here. We're under 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Here's a fake to Garza. Solis wants to throw over the middle, and incomplete. Was intended for Alanis.
Alanis wanted a penalty. We'll take a look at the replay to see if they were on his back before the ball got there, because Alanis is usually, he gets those balls. We'll take a look right now, see if we can see it in the replay. We really couldn't tell.
Yeah, couldn't really tell from that angle. You saw him gesture there with his right hand, like to say, "Where's the flag?" Yep. 3rd down and 11 now for the Mustangs.
2 plays to get that 1st down.
Solis delayed there. There was a whistle apparently. thought it was going to be a delayed draw.
False start. Offense number 32. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Five-yard penalty. That could
really
mean a
good.
difference if they go to a fourth down and are thinking about field goal. They might have to.
Exactly. I don't know if Coach Tebow, offensive coordinator, might just be wanting to get, I don't know if he can get the first down, but maybe just get some yards to make the field goal a lot easier so they could tie the game.
Yeah, can't forget about that. They're only 3 points down. Solis, quarterback draw here, going up the middle, is knocked down at about the 21-yard line. He's able to pick up most of that penalty yardage back. And we'll see if they bring on the field goal unit.
It looks like they're going to go and try to tie the game up as the field goal kicker. He had, what, 6 for 6 and extra points last week or something like that. So he's been a red-hot field goal kicker. Urieles. No, we have Sanchez out there for this
Yeah,
one.
it's actually going to be Sanchez to take this kick from 38 yards. Good snap and hold. There's the kick. Up and away. Plenty of distance. And it is good. He got it. Wow. 38 yards, and we're all tied up now, 17-17.
Clutch, clutch, clutch.
Seven minutes, 50 seconds, 5-0 left in the fourth quarter. 17-all our score. Let's see if we can get a replay of that field goal here. It's from 38 yards out. This from camera 5, or camera 4 rather.
Plenty of distance, Mark. He might have gotten a 45-yarder off of that one.
So we'll go to break. The score all tied at 17 here on Football Night in McAllen ISD.
The Seams Back to School sale is your perfect way to win. 6 weeks of perfect attendance earn students a chance to win a new car from Seams. And any student gets $500 off MSRP at Seams McAllen Ford, or always online at SeamsMcAllenFord.com. Drive local, drive Seams.
And we're back. 7 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, tied at 17. The Memorial came in as a pretty big favorite in this one. The Lobos have hung tough. We're down 14-0, took a 17-14 lead, and now the Mustangs have come back and tied it at 17. Another touchback here, and the ball's going to come out to the 25-yard line. So 38-yard field goal, which is quite impressive in the high school ranks. You see that ho-hum in the NFL, but
you never know in the playoffs how you might need a field goal to win a game or tie a game. Then ask the Far North Raiders. They lost in a big district ball game last week to Flower Bluff because some missed field goals.
So at the 25-yard line, see what the Lobos do here in a tie ball games. They hand this off. Fighting their way forward there is Christian Martinez. Scored a touchdown for them earlier in this game. And they're at the 30-yard line now.
And slowly, the Lobo offensive line is getting the push now. Where the running backs are getting 45 yards on every play.
Still have plenty of time on the play clock. 25 seconds. Lobos still in the huddle.
7 minutes to go, Mark.
Both teams with 2 timeouts in their pockets. And here are the Lobos. Lobos hand this off to Ramirez once more. Or Martinez, excuse me. Get up to the 29, or excuse me, the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to make it a real short 3rd and 1. And look for that quarterback keeper that worked in the first half, like on 3 different occasions for 5-yard gains. There it is.
And here on 3rd down and 1, quarterback sneak up to the 35-yard line. That's what he needed.
I think the Mustangs were expecting it.
And based on where they spotted, it looks like a 1st down, and it is.
That should keep Coach Margarito Riquenes happy.
So they'll move the chains there for the Lobos.
He's right there. Right behind number 10.
Halfway through the 4th quarter now. 17 all, our score. Here's Bazan rolling to the left side. Across the 35 up to the 38-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And you got to stop Bazan because he's a speed running back, as we know when he had that big run earlier today. That's the one that can get you that touchdown. They gain about 2 yards on that play.
And Lobos being methodical about their offensive snaps. They'll let this one, the play clock, go under 10 seconds before they snap it.
Oh, that didn't work.
And the run to their running back, Martinez. Doesn't generate much.
Eric Guajardo quickly again came in and messed that play up real quickly. There he goes, right there.
Yeah, it looks like they lost a yard, actually. So 3rd and 8 now.
I don't think they're going to be willing to put it up in the air. We'll take a look at this or look for Bazan on some kind of run.
So on 3rd down, and quarterback to throw this, and this is caught. How about that? Threw it into a bit of traffic as Esparza there was open, made the catch.
There's a flag out there, but
was there a flag down though?
Usually goes against for some reason. The players are walking back. Maybe there was a push off by the receiver or a screen.
Holding. Defense number 2. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a 1st down.
Wow, it's against the Mustangs. And the Lobos advance the football into Memorial territory to the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the Lobos. I didn't think they would put it up in the air, Mark, and they did.
16 yards, only their 2nd completion of the night.
And that's why I didn't think they would put it up in the air. Back to the running game.
And now 4 for 10 on 3rd down as they hand this off. Again, that's a carry there by Martinez.
And what the Lobos are doing by retaining possession, Mark, now there's 4 minutes to go. We already know they have a pretty good field goal kicker. Maybe that's all they're trying to do is get into field goal range and pull off a victory here, which would be an upset.
So 2nd down now at 3:40 to go in the game. Lobos still not in field goal range yet. Probably need at least another 20 yards. So they hand this off, and there's some big yardage here. So running back surges all the way
Guess who?
up inside the 30-yard line.
That's a hard run by Aiden Ramirez again on the left side.
Ramirez, nice running. All the way to the 29 and pick up a 14 yards and a 1st down.
All night long, Ramirez has been gaining some real important yards at the right time.
At 17 here, just over 3 minutes to go. Both teams have 2 timeouts to work with.
Another 10 yards, and they're definitely in field goal range.
Here's a handoff, Ramirez. Ramirez bottled up after about a 1-yard pickup. Of course, the result of this game could have implications on tomorrow night's game, Mackay and Rowe. Game we'll have for you here.
Even on that play there, it took 2 Memorial Mustangs defenders to bring Ramirez down.
Might even see overtime here tonight. The second down and 9 for the Lobos. Just over 2 minutes to go. And this off straight ahead up to about the 26. That's
timeout. McAllen Memorial. This is their second charge timeout of the half.
That's going to be Martinez there with that carry as the Mustangs call their second timeout, stopping the clock with 2:06 to go. As they anticipate that from here, the Lobos might actually attempt a field goal if it comes to that. They don't want them to run the clock all the way down. Time now for the fan cam. All right, back to the game now. 3rd down and 7 here for the Lobos after the Mustangs call timeout. And here's Bazan, sweep left side, cuts inside, and then is shoved out of bounds by Cardenas. Can be short of the first down, but he gets a little closer all the way to the 21-yard line after a pickup of 5. Bring up 4th down. We'll see if they bring out their field goal kicker to attempt a go-ahead field goal.
Timeout.
Timeout of
McAllen Memorial. This is their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Memorial called a timeout, so that means they probably didn't go out of bounds, Mark?
The Mustangs using their final timeout with 1:54 showing in the game. 4th down and 2 here for the Lobos. From here, a field goal attempt would be 38 yards. That would be equal to the one the Mustangs hit earlier in the quarter to tie the score at 17.
But this kid, Mark, he's got a good leg. So we'll see.
Palmview does take the lead on a field goal. It really puts the pressure on the Mustangs, who will have less than 2 minutes and no timeouts to advance down the field to attempt a tying field goal to force overtime. A team that doesn't pass very well here tonight.
It was actually the pass because of the penalty that got them a first down. Looks like the Lobos are going for it, or they're going to try to see if they can get the defense. Look out for the quarterback keeper.
Try to get even closer. So rolling the dice here. Martinez keeps it himself, has the first down, is still going, trying to break a tackle. Gets all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from there. And with no timeouts for the Mustangs, the Lobos would be able to run the clock all the way down before attempting a potentially game-winning field goal.
And that was a big play by the Lobos. Remember, the Lobos are used to playing very close games, Mark. They didn't go for the field goal. They said, hey, we'll let our running game, which has picked up a little bit of steam here the second half. And number 9, remember, he was the one that was set up at quarterback and was getting all those first downs. But this time they gave him the ball and he got the first down.
So Lobos, after 2 close losses to McAllen teams, trying to pull an upset here in this 17-all game as they run a sweep to the right side. Trying to turn, that's Bazan. Bazan able to get to about the 9-yard line before he's wrestled out of bounds by Nick Luna.
It's going to come down to a field goal, Mark. Take a look at Coach.
Mustangs out of timeouts. The clock is running. Puerto Rico Requenes
right there
looking
with
to
the
pull the
glasses
upset.
on. Right there, right in the middle.
There's Requenes with the glasses. And here on 2nd down and goal from the 9, they'll hand this off. That's Martinez. Martinez fighting his way to about the 6-yard line. And the clock now at 9 seconds, 8 seconds. It's 3rd down. Lobos do have a timeout to use.
Timeout. Palmview. This is their second charge timeout of the half.
So you gotta congratulate them. The Lobos, Mark. I mean, they were down 14-0. It looked like they were flat, and all of a sudden, a comeback for them.
Yep, 17 all right now with 3 seconds left. Lobos have used their second timeout. Now, one thing some pundits might want to point out, if they had taken the timeout with, say, a little bit more time, say 5 or 6 seconds left, and maybe botched the snap, they could have fallen on it, calling another timeout, and still had a chance for another play.
That's a good
here,
call.
They essentially left themselves with 1 play. And they're going to set up at the 12-yard line.
Almost like an extra point.
Yeah, this will be they're going to be at the 13-yard line, so this will be a 23-yard field goal attempt to win the game. Right down the middle, right between the hash marks. Good snap and hold. Kick is up high enough, and it is good. It's good. The Lobos win the game, 20-17.
This is the end of the ball game.
The 3 seconds runs off, and the Palmview Lobos have upset the Memorial Mustangs by a score of 20-17. Mustangs finished the regular season at 7-3. The Lobos finished the regular season at 7-3. But the Lobos improved to 4-3 in the district. Mustangs at 5-2 are still in the playoffs, and they'll be hosting a playoff game next week. We'll find out the opponent. Should know by tomorrow. And then it's Mackay and Rowe that will play tomorrow for a playoff spot. And boy, the Lobos really throwing a wrench into the playoff picture with this upset here tonight. And Lobos get the win, 20-17, upsetting the Memorial Mustangs here at DQ Fan Field.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll know about who has to win and who loses and by how many points. Because that's what's going to happen. Congratulations to the Lobos, man. They never gave up.
And you saw the field goal attempt there, just making it inside the left upright. Great shot on the replay there by our crack camera crew here. Great job there. And the final score, Lobos 20 and the Mustangs 17. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow night, Mario and myself, Mark May, to bring you the McAllen High Bulldogs taking on the Nicky Rowe Warriors, with the winner going to the playoffs. Good night.